I'm Jesi Karnes, and I've been attending Crossroads for just over 3 years. What life looked like before I started getting connected and plugged in, I would say unbalanced is the best word. I would come to church on Sundays, and I had one friend who lived out of town, so her and I would discuss the message, and she would guide me how she could through my different questions. But I really didn't have much of a community outside of that, so I would just come on Sundays, smile, and leave right after service without connecting with anyone. So I would say about 2 years ago, life just got hard. Again, I'd been coming to church on Sundays faithfully and doing what I thought in my own private time to grow a relationship. But I found myself with some hardships. My marriage wasn't where I wanted it to be. My job certainly wasn't what I wanted it to be. And just completely, I was broken. Woke up and would have all sorts of anxiety, didn't know who to talk to, what to do. I would call my friend again who was out of town, and she finally just said, she'd been hinting at it along the way, but she finally just said, "You know that amazing church that you attend every Sunday? They're here for that." And I was like, oh, I think you're onto something. So it took a little bit to chew on that, go over it. And one day when I was just feeling at a really low point, I emailed Crossroads. I said, I don't know what there is, who can talk to me. And by God, I was connected with Kyle. And that meeting probably transformed my entire connection with Crossroads. We met. He was kind, patient, listened to me, gave me some resources, invited me to sign up for Starting Point, which I did, and I think it started that next January. So went to that, and I was like, okay, whatever you have for me, let's do this. So went through that course, met a lady who was like, hey, are you in a life group? I'm like, no. Are you in a life group? No. She's like, do you want to see about starting one for us? And I was like, that'd be great. So we got started that way. So through stepping out, I was able to start making connections. And just it evolved from there. I started meeting. I would actually attend things and try to meet people. Got connected with Cassie, who then led me to my mentor today, Dure. She's been a blessing in my life. She's the person that I would call in any hard circumstance to just lift me up, and the connections beyond that. I also lead a life group. And the ladies that I have in community with me, we meet bi-weekly, but it's more than that. I look forward to seeing them on Sunday, catching up with them, sending texts through the week if one of us is going through something hard. So that's really, really how I've gotten connected, and it's been great. Since being connected here at Crossroads, life has changed. The one thing is I'm not the person running out the door at the end of service. In fact, they're the ones saying, "Oh, we're gonna lock up." But I stay and I enjoy the fellowship after church just as much as being in service, and really just providing that connection with people. And I want them to see that the life's been hard, and through the connections and with God behind me, I've really been able to stand firm. Times where in the past I probably would have turned away from God, the connections and the encouragement that I had actually brought me closer to God. Happy to say that my marriage at one point didn't know what the outcome would be, and today it's the strongest I ever thought I could imagine. I always prayed to God to help me figure out what that looked like and how to get through it. And I would say knowing my faith in Him and bringing me closer to Him, I wanted my marriage to survive, but God was my focus through all of it. Through that, I was able to find out who I truly was and how I could be the best wife. And thankfully, God saved my marriage, and I believe that to the end. And again, it's literally because of God. So life gets hard, but without my connections and without my faith in God, I wouldn't be where I am today.